Let's look at an alternative method for the elastic for level 2 medical mask. To start this alternative method, you're going to have your sewn section, so the front part and the back inside part. Now I turned the inside part right side out because we're going to put right sides together. Your right sides together like this, okay? You're going to pin the top and the bottom of the center portion, and you want to make sure that your seams are going opposite directions. That's going to make it easier for your machine. Okay, so I've pinned the elastic into the corner, and you might be able to see that here. It's black elastic. You can see that it's right there in that pin. So I've pinned it into the corner, and I'm going to do the same thing on this corner. My elastic, you drop it inside where the right sides are. You want to make sure it's in the appropriate orientation, and you just put it up into the corner. Take your other side, and you're going to pin that elastic into that corner. Once the elastic is pinned into each corner, you're going to do that on the other side as well. And what you're going to end up having is your right sides facing together and your elastic is dangling inside. So when you turn it right side out, you're going to end up with the elastic on the outside. And then you're just going to follow the same process as the previous video. You want to sew all the way around with the exception of 2 inches, and that's how you're going to flip it right side out. All right, I have the elastic pinned into the corner. Now I'm going to start in my 2 inches, the end of that 2 inches, and I'm going to sew it down. You want to do some back stitching. And now I'm going to take it down to that corner. When I get to the corner, you're going to want to make sure that I back stitch that as well. I really want to get that elastic in. Sorry for the shakiness. I don't have 4 hands. And then come back down to the corner. What I like to do is pin it with my needle, spin it around, drop my foot, and I'm going to go forward again. And I'm going to back up again. So basically I'm doing a back stitch twice to round out that corner, okay? So that elastic is really, really pinned in there. You want to make sure that you're feeling inside. I can feel the elastic in here, and I want to make sure it's not in the way. So I would scoot it over so that I'm not sewing it in anywhere else but on that corner. So check this out. With the elastic, it's a lot easier to turn that mask right side out. I know you saw me struggling with it last time, but watch this. And you start inverting the mask so that it's right side out. You can see that that elastic is really stuck in there, and it'll actually help you to pull it out. So I'll show you that product. With the elastic inside, you'll end up with this option, right? So you've got the elastic that's sewn right into the fabric. And I found that this is actually a lot easier on the machine as well, as long as you can, handle managing the elastic while it's inside. So once it's sewn, then what you want to do is add the pleats. And to make it easier on your machine, I put the pleats, the elastic right on the corners, as you can see, and then the pleats actually end right before the elastic. So instead of your machine going through the elastic and a pleat at the same time, it's actually just doing, the elastic separate from the pleat, and it makes it a lot easier on the machine. So then the final product, once it's sewn, it looks like this. So it's nice and clean and straight because the machine's happy about it. And you can still see that elastic is on the corner, and those pleats are right in the middle. And this is definitely a good alternative method if you don't want to sew the elastic right into that pleat, like in the first video. So I would recommend doing this if your machine is a little bit like mine and can't handle a larger sewing capacity. Okay, thanks so much. You're absolutely invited to try this method. You can sew the elastic right into the pleat if you want. I found that my machine didn't like that very much, so I needed to come up with this alternative. And you just do whatever's best for you. If your machine can handle it, more power to you. If it can't, then here's an alternative for you. Either way, it's a great mask and it's a great way to save the community and save the world.